And now, from Glasgow.
So guys, welcome to stage 20. In this issue we are going to be doing the left lower leg. Now I want to unpack this in front of you because as you can see it's all fallen out of its protective box. So it's come out as a little bit of a mess, and it's obviously gone through the heat sealing process a little bit funny because as you can see there's a little bit in there that's been sealed in the bottom. Obviously it's gone through the machine and it's just slipped a little bit, and I think it's probably just crushed this and popped it out. I think it should go in something like that. Like you can see it's all been, you know, these things happen. So long as my parts are okay, I'm not complaining. So what have we got? We have got part 20A, the outer left calf, and that is a beautiful piece. I mean, if you were thinking of just doing the seam lines just to make them pop out a little bit, you really don't need to, do you? It's already done for you. Really, really nice. Really impressed with that. The next piece we've got is 20A, the upper left knee outer. And then we have got 3 packs of screws. We have got EP screws. Doesn't tell you anything about them other than they're EP screws. We've got AM screws and we have got EM screws. So let's see what we're going to do. So first of all we need the assembly from the previous issue. This is what we did last week, which kind of I got in a little bit of a muddle with, probably over nothing, but it actually looks, looking at the pictures on here, I think this rubber sleeve is up too high. Maybe, no. See, it seems to go much further down, but then it's not going to fit properly. So now I want to say it's upside down, but it's not. Right, we'll figure it out, guys. We will figure it out. But let me show you this. So if you look at that picture there, oh, I see, right, we're actually pulling it down, I think. Okay, I'm confused. Right, so take the knee joint assembly from the last issue and place the upper left knee outer in position. So the position it wants is there. So we've got a couple of holes there, and is that where it wants to go? No, it isn't. It wants to go oh, this is tricky, but I think I've just found it. Right, okay, so it's actually, there is a piece in there already. So I don't know if you can see that shaped. It's the piece that we got last week. It's actually going to match up quite nicely there. And then it's suggesting, yes, so we're going to fix that with 2 EP screws. Sorry guys, when they have black, I struggle to see the difference in the detail, so it's sometimes hard to see which way round it is, but it's actually a lot simpler than I'm making it look. So there is a screw going into this hole. Now the 2 screw holes are completely different shape from each other, and this is a difficult one to get in. No idea why. So that's going in quite nicely once I get it in. Okay, so you see we've actually got a recess for the screw there, but the second screw hole is there. And it's actually out in the open. Which is why I'm kind of looking. There you go, screw that round, that's a lot easier. Now, another area I've got a little bit confused on, which may actually sort of come together now. There's 2 screw holes in there, but there's no access to them. But that is definitely on. So, the next step, we actually need to take the calf from stage 16A, which I believe is this piece here. And what we are going to do is, and it all makes sense now. So you'll see here you've got 3 holes going through that leg. That's going to marry up with these. So we're going to place, you see you've got some tabs there, and it's all going to go in like so. And now that's starting to look wonderful, isn't it? Right, so now if you get it in the wrong way round, it's not going to fit because of those screw holes. So, and it's difficult to get in even if you get the screw holes correct. Right guys, so that is in, and we need to secure that with screws. How are we going to do that? Right, so first of all, oh I see, right, so we've got 2 EM screws, and we're going to drive those into there, and that's going to secure that. Now these are going into metal. Don't want that many screws, do I? Because that's going into metal, you might want to consider a little bit of oil, which is something that I'm getting into the practice of using more often. And let's get that first one in. Not sure if that's lining up. I think it is. It just seemed very, very easy to turn. Yeah, that's going in a treat. So that one's in as hard as I can get it. I'm sure I should have rephrased that. And we'll pop a second screw in. And that's going into that hole there. So you see you've got 3 holes. Ignore that middle one for the moment. Whether that will actually come into play at any point, I'm not sure. Beautiful. Going in really nicely. For as much as I complain about Fan Home, I'm finding their part works are really, really nice. Right, so no play on that, so I'm going to call that part done. So the next step, we want to take this. This is the support rod assembly, and that is going onto here, inside the piece 12A, 20A marked left. Now, it's going to go in, there we go. So we've got 2 pegs there, and we've got a small recess hole there, and that's going to go in like so. Okay, and that will be secured with 2 AM screws. See if I can get just the 2 out. I can get the 1 out. So as before, these are going into metal because they're AM screws, so we may want to consider using our oil. Okay, don't be confused by the fact that the piece is plastic. It's where the screw is actually going into in the end. So it's going to go through that plastic piece into a metal post below. And I have just lost the screw. which now means I've got grease all over my fingers, so I need to be careful where I'm touching. Lovely, lovely, absolutely no issues with that. In fact, this time I'm going to pop the oil directly in. I do like my little dropper bottles. I can apply things very, very precisely, and as you can see, it generally doesn't make quite so much mess. Right, so there we go. So absolutely no play there, so that's in perfect. Right, so the next step, we're going to be placing this calf piece on, and the main holes we're looking for, there's one there and one there, and that's where these posts are going to go through. I think you'll know if you've got it in wrong, and that's a little bit stiff to get in. There we go. So in this particular case, it is quite stiff. It's quite a tight fit. So I'll demonstrate. So this piece there actually comes inside the foot. This piece was touching the foot, and it was difficult to get in. But because this foot is articulated, you may find it just pivot the foot, and that will go in there perfectly. Give it a bit of a squeeze, and that's looking really nice. But that will then be secured with EM screws, one there and one there. So you've seen me do this before. So I'll just do the first screw, and then I'll take a little cut. Now I noticed I've dropped a little bit of oil on the table, so I'm just going to use that. Okay, so I'll just do the first screw, and then I'll do a little cut, and that the second screw will be in. And already it's starting to weigh quite a bit. There we go, that's that screw. So I'm just going to pop that one in off camera. Okay, so two things to note when I was screwing that in. Make sure you do get that screw in nice and tight. The tighter you get that, that's going to pull that leg in. Now it does look to me like there'll be a cover going over there, so it will cover these seams, but you still do have one there. The second thing to note as well, try and get this, in the next step we're going to be securing this back piece, but obviously make sure it's not flapping all over the place, because you do risk damaging it. So I would just hold that there, because I have spotted that it's going to be going there. Or better still, just move that up so it's out of the way. Right, so that's my two EM screws in, and it is actually that piece next. So we want to take an AM screw, which is one of these, and we've got 3 left at the moment. So it looks like, yeah, we're going to need 2 of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to secure that one each side. So what I'll do is, before I pop that on, I'll pop a little touch of oil. I think that's plastic, but they're asking us to put a metal screw in. No, I think it is actually metal. So this is going to be one of these ones where the first screw is going to be difficult, because you've got to get it all lined up. But once you've got that first screw in, it will kind of line it all up, and the second one should be nice and easy. So move the foot, move the rod, try and keep the screw on the screwdriver, and just move things around. There we go. Once you've got a little bite on the screw hole, it's a lot simpler. There we go. Now, I've tightened that as tight as I can. I might not have needed it, because you might want to just make sure the screws are sort of level on each side, but I think we've got away with that. There we go. And that is that complete. Now, be careful here, because I fully extend. We go. So because I fully extended this, it was a little bit of trouble there. But as you can see, there's the foot articulating. It doesn't go side to side so much now because of this bar, but be careful if you push this fully forward. I'm having a bit of trouble there. So going back is not a problem, but going forward it's not too bad. But it is only going to go forwards and backwards because of this. And remember that I think that's only a plastic peg, so there is a chance that could snap there. But that I'm happy with that. And we've got this knee there that can bend. I don't know if you remember when I did it, I wasn't sure how tight to do it. But it looks like I think I got that right. And obviously once you got the rest of the model on, it's going to be a lot easier to bend. So yeah, there you go guys, one left leg. I'm rather happy with that. So we have got a foot, some plates, we've got an arm, we've got, sorry, is that the left leg? Yeah, we've got a left leg and we've got a right arm. So the only thing we can really do with him is scratch his own foot. But yeah, it's starting to look really nice. So the next issue, bit of a spoiler for you, is titled Left Lower Legs. Oh, so we're going to be adding some more details. So it's not finished, guys. How exciting is that? Right, guys, so I'm going to end it there. Thank you very much for watching. This has been the Left Lower Leg Part 2. And in the next issue is Left Lower Leg Part 3. So hopefully I'll catch you then. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.